Yeah, so I wanted to talk more about the halftime show. Rihanna jiggling her pregnant belly. When has a performer ever done that, right? When do performers ever point your attention to the fact that they're pregnant or that they're fat, you know? Never, ever. So that was a clue into what the halftime show was about. This is the way you need to approach anything like this. That something unusual like that is going to be a clue that's going to key you into what the whole performance is about, or what the whole series or whatever it is about. She was wearing red, which is the color of blood. Her little minions kept making that X shape with their bodies, putting their arms up, and they looked like chromosomes. So the whole theme of it was Black reproductive dominance. Did I get everything? There's the so she was pregnant. She's wearing red. Her minions look like chromosomes. Yeah, that was it. You know, red's the color of blood. You pass down your genes through your blood. You pass your chromosomes down through your blood. You know, all these halftime shows are always deliberate spellcraft, and last year's was pretty lackluster, so I let my guard down for this year's, and I found it very difficult to look away from the halftime show, because that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to hypnotize you. If you don't see that performances and music and things like that can be spellcraft, ask yourself why you hate the music that you hate so strongly. If you hear a song that you don't like, why is it that you hate it so much? It's because music is innately hypnotic. It puts a spell on your brain, and your brain is rebelling against that when it's a song that it doesn't like. So that's a very clear example of that. You know, these halftime shows were frequently used as any kind of sporting event when they have a show like that. There's the one of the COVID prediction years before COVID had happened. Anyway, yeah, it's a very deliberate thing that they're doing. And by the way, just because the halftime show is about, the theme of the halftime show seems to be about Black reproductive dominance, because, you know, blacks have more kids. Rihanna's black. Most of the dancers were black, for all the reasons that I listed. You know, that doesn't mean that the beast system likes black people. It doesn't mean that the beast system wants black people to reproduce. The beast system is inherently anti-life. It doesn't like life at all. It doesn't really matter who it is. However, right now it's very trendy within the beast system to celebrate things that would be considered white replacement. Whatever that is, you know, whatever form that takes. It doesn't mean that the beast likes black people. It doesn't mean that the beast likes anybody. All it means is that it's pointing towards a trend of white replacement, and that, you know, you've seen a lot in recent years. I also wanted to talk a lot about the, recently in movies and things like that, they've been saying things about, like, my mom was watching this movie the other night, and there were two girls, and they were, like, watching a couple from afar. And it was a stupid movie. It must have been made really recently. But they were watching a couple from afar, and the two girls were talking to each other about what the couple might have been saying. And one was like, oh, she hates Jews. And the other one was like, oh, they're going to their pedophile island, on the, you know. And why are they doing this? Because they have to get out ahead of the narrative. This whole thing has been bubbling under the surface. You know, it's been bubbling up through the internet, through the cracks of the internet, for so long that they have to get ahead of that narrative. And yeah, I would be maybe a little suspicious if somebody, you know, maybe a famous person comes out of the woodwork and is all of a sudden very sympathetic to your side of things. I would be maybe a little suspicious of that. You know, maybe if they're allowed on Alex Jones saying things that would have got anyone else kicked off of InfoWars not 2 years ago, maybe be a little suspicious of that. The other thing I've been noticing a lot lately is this normalization of pedophilia thing, like really ramping up, especially on Twitter. I don't know if there's just a just like a honeypot that's going on or what, but I've seen, you know, just the crap that I've seen. It's awful. You know, they'll post pictures of 12-year-olds and then talk like they're like flirting with the it's disgusting. It's really gut-wrenchingly gross. And yeah, I also see a lot more people being like, oh yeah, I'm all up in 16-year-olds DMs. I see that a lot on Twitter, and it's one of the reasons I don't go on Twitter. I very rarely do. I don't even read the comments for my own videos really anymore. I I turned off all my notifications. If you're somebody who wants to get into contact with me, you can get into contact with me if you know, through Instagram or, you know, something like that. But I don't, I'm really done with the internet in a big way, It's been a horrible couple of years. The internet's a really dangerous thing. People, very manipulative, weak people can disguise themselves as strong people. People with no sense of humor can disguise themselves as comedians. People who are ugly can disguise themselves as good-looking. People who are stupid can disguise themselves as smart. It's honestly, it's not even that hard to do on the internet. And yeah, that's what I got for you today. I don't know. Again, I don't really read the comments. I don't really read anything. I stay away from the internet, man. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. You know, like Brett Pike pointed out on Twitter yesterday, you have this celebrity grabbing her pussy in front of millions of children. It's disgusting. It's grooming. It really is grooming, is what it is. And that's what the mass spellcraft is about. That's why you shouldn't be watching the Super Bowl halftime. I'm pretty sorry that I watched it, because it actually cascaded into some deleterious mental effects for me, because it's spellcraft, and I can recognize that. And it does things to your brain. You might think you're immune to it, but it'll bring something ugly out into your brain. That's what it's for. That's why they put it in front of your eyes like that. They don't like you. They don't like any of us. Any of us. Okay, so stay sane, stay peaceful, stay the fuck off the internet.